Welcome to another heartwarming chapter of the birthday poodle and our cozy dream tale. In this enchanting episode, we continue to follow the heartwarming journey of Ethan and his beloved companion, Buddy. Today, we dive into the delightful celebration of Buddy's first birthday, a momentous occasion filled with laughter and the unbreakable bond between a boy and his furry friend. So dear listeners, as you prepare to embark on this soothing and heartening tale, find a comfortable spot to relax, close your eyes, and let the gentle storytelling guide you into a peaceful slumber. Join us on this enchanting journey, and may your dreams be as warm and delightful as the bond between Ethan and Buddy. Enjoy the story. Chapter 3: Adventures and Misadventures. Several months had passed since Buddy joined Ethan's family. As spring arrived, bringing with it warmer weather and blooming flowers, Ethan decided to take Buddy on a special outing to the large sea park. He planned a day filled with exploration and fun, a way to celebrate the beautiful Dan and their growing bond. The park was a vast expanse of green lawns, colorful flower beds, and winding paths. It also boasted a large pond, playgrounds, and an area designated for dogs. Ethan packed a picnic basket with sandwiches, fruits, and some dog treats for Buddy. With a frisbee and a ball in his backpack, Ethan was ready for their adventure. As they arrived, Buddy's excitement was palpable. His eyes sparkled with curiosity, and his tail wagged uncontrollably. They started with a leisurely walk around the pond, watching ducks glide across the water. Ethan threw small pieces of bread into the pond, and he and Buddy watched the ducks flock towards the treats. It was a peaceful, serene moment, and Ethan felt a deep connection with nature and his furry companion. Next, they ventured to the dog area, where Buddy had the opportunity to interact with other dogs. Ethan was initially apprehensive, wondering how Buddy would react to so many new faces. But to his delight, Buddy was sociable and playful, mingling with the other dogs with ease. Ethan chatted with other dog owners, exchanging stories and tips on pet care. It was a lovely community experience, and Ethan felt a sense of belonging. After some time, Ethan and Buddy found a quiet spot under a large oak tree for their picnic. As they ate, Ethan watched Buddy lying contentedly on the grass, his eyes following the movements of birds and squirrels. It was a simple joy, but one that filled Ethan's heart with warmth. The highlight of the day came with the frisbee game. Ethan threw the frisbee, and Buddy leapt and ran, catching it mid-air. They played for what seemed like hours, losing track of time in their enjoyment. Buddy's agility and energy were a joy to watch, and Ethan felt a rush of pride and happiness. As the day came to an end and the sun began to set, Ethan and Buddy sat. Ethan reflected on the day's adventures, grateful for the experiences and memories they had created. It was a day that encapsulated the essence of their friendship: fun, freedom, and the joy of being together. Exhausted but content, they made their way home. Buddy dozed off in the car, tired from the day's activities. Ethan smiled, knowing that this was just one of many adventures they would share. The park adventure was a reminder of the beauty of exploration and the special bond they shared, a bond that was only getting stronger with each passing day. A few weeks after the park adventure, Ethan experienced one of his most frightening moments as a pet owner. It was a typical afternoon, and Ethan decided to take Buddy for a walk in their neighborhood. However, what started as a routine walk quickly turned into a distressing ordeal. As they were walking, a loud noise from a nearby construction site startled Buddy. Before Ethan could react, Buddy, frightened, slipped out of his collar and dashed off down the street. Ethan called out and chased after him. But Buddy, driven by fear, disappeared from sight. Panic set in as Ethan searched the neighborhood, calling Buddy's name. He knocked on neighbors' doors asking if they had seen a small poodle running by. Despite their efforts to help, there was no sign of Buddy. Ethan felt a surge of fear and guilt. He should have been more careful. He should have held onto the leash tighter. As the sun began to set, intensified. He imagined Buddy alone and scared, wondering how he would survive the night. And then his parents joined the search, and they posted on social media and contacted local shelters and the police. The night was long and sleepless for Ethan. He blamed himself for Buddy's disappearance and prayed for his safe return. The house felt empty and quiet without Buddy's presence, a stark reminder of what they had lost. The following morning brought a glimmer of hope. A family living a few streets over called, saying they had found a small poodle in their backyard. As a mix of hope and apprehension, Ethan and his parents rushed to the address. When they arrived, Ethan's heart leapt. And there, in the family's backyard, was Buddy. He was dirty and tired, but otherwise unharmed. Ethan called out, and Buddy ran into his arms, whimpering and wagging his tail. The reunion was emotional, with tears and laughter. Ethan hugged Buddy tightly, overwhelmed with relief and joy. The family explained that they had found Buddy hiding under their porch. They had seen the social media post and immediately contacted Ethan's family. Ethan was grateful to them, knowing that their kindness had brought Buddy back home. The incident was a wake-up call for Ethan. He realized the importance of always being vigilant and prepared for unexpected situations. He decided to get Buddy a more secure collar and have him in a shed as a precaution for the future. Buddy's disappearance and return were more than just a scary experience. It was a lesson in responsibility, the importance of community, and the depth of the bond between Ethan and Buddy. The joy of their reunion reaffirmed the special connection they shared, a connection that was strong enough to bring Buddy back home. After the harrowing experience of losing and finding Buddy, Ethan became more involved in the local pet owner community. He realized the importance of having a network of fellow pet lovers for support and advice. This newfound interest led him and Buddy to a local dog park, a place where they could socialize and make new friends. The dog park was a vibrant space filled with dogs of all sizes and breeds, each with their own unique personality. Buddy, initially hesitant, soon found his stride. He began to interact with the other dogs, engaging in playful chases and sniffing introductions. Ethan watched with a smile, happy to see Buddy making friends and enjoying himself. Ethan, too, found camaraderie among the dog owners. He struck up conversations with people who shared his love for pets. They exchanged stories, training tips, and even arranged playdates for their dogs. Ethan learned a lot from these interactions, gaining insights into different aspects of pet care and training. One of the people Ethan met was Mia, a girl his age with a friendly Labrador named Max. Mia and Max quickly became regular companions for Ethan and Buddy during their visits to the park. Mia was knowledgeable about dogs and shared her experiences with Ethan, offering advice on everything from grooming to health care. The friendship between Ethan and Mia grew, bonded over their mutual love for their pets. They planned joint activities like hiking with their dogs or visiting pet-friendly cafes. Buddy and Max also developed a strong bond, eagerly looking forward to their play sessions at the park. The new friendships enriched Ethan's life in many ways. He gained confidence in social settings and developed a deeper understanding of different dog breeds and behaviors. But he benefited too, becoming more socialized and well-adjusted. The dog park became a favorite destination for Ethan and Buddy. It was a place of joy, learning, and friendship. Ethan appreciated the sense of community he found there, a network of people who cared deeply for their pets and were always willing to lend a hand or share advice. Through these new friendships, Ethan realized that being a pet owner was about more than just caring for bedding. It was about being part of a community that shared a common passion for animals. This realization brought a new dimension to his journey with Buddy, one that was more connected and enriched by the shared experiences of others. As autumn approached, bringing with it rainy days and cooler temperatures, Ethan and Buddy found new ways to enjoy their time together indoors. Ethan realized that keeping Buddy active and engaged was important, even when they couldn't go outside. He came up with a variety of indoor games and activities to keep Buddy entertained. One of their favorite indoor games was hide and seek. Ethan would hide somewhere in the house, and Buddy would eagerly search for him. The excitement and concentration on Buddy's face as he sniffed around and looked for Ethan were adorable. When Buddy found Ethan, his joy sparking and wagging tail were rewards in themselves. Another game they enjoyed was creating obstacle courses in the living room using cushions, chairs, and blankets. Ethan designed simple courses that Buddy could navigate through, encouraging him to jump over cushions or weave through chair legs. These activities were not only fun, but also helped maintain Buddy's agility and obedience training. Ethan also introduced puzzle toys and treat dispensing games. He would fill toys with treats, and Buddy would have to figure out how to get them out. These games were great for stimulating Buddy's mind and keeping him occupied. Ethan loved watching Buddy's problem-solving skills in action, and Buddy relished the challenge and the tasty rewards. On quieter days, Ethan spent time grooming Buddy. He would brush Buddy's fur, trim his nails, and clean his ears. These grooming sessions were calming for both of them, strengthening their bond. Buddy would lie contentedly in action and slap, enjoying the attention and care. Ethan also used this time to teach Buddy new tricks. They worked on commands like oval, vovo, lay down, and lands peak. Buddy was a quick learner, and Ethan rewarded him with traits and praise for each new trick mastered. These training sessions were productive and rewarding, enhancing Buddy's skills and obedience. These rainy day activities created special memories for Ethan and Buddy. They brought variety and excitement to the days, proving that fun and learning didn't have to stop due to bad weather. Ethan realized that these moments spent indoors are just as important in fostering their relationship as their outdoor adventures. For Ethan, these indoor playtimes highlighted the adaptability and resilience of their friendship. He learned to make the best of any situation, finding joy and opportunities of growth regardless of the circumstances. For Buddy, it reinforced the security and comfort of his home and the constant presence of his best friend. The rainy days spent indoors were a testament to Ethan and Buddy's strong bond, a bond that thrived in any weather. They showed that with a little creativity and a lot of love, every day could be in the arrival of Buddy's first birthday was a milestone that Ethan was determined to celebrate in style. He wanted to make it a special day, a way to show Buddy how much he was loved and appreciated. Ethan planned a small party, inviting Mia and Max, along with a few other friends from the neighborhood and their pets. The preparation for Buddy's birthday was filled with excitement. Ethan, with the help of his parents, decorated their backyard with balloons and streamers. He set up a small obstacle course for the dogs to play in and prepared a playlist of cheerful music. For Buddy's birthday cake, Ethan researched and baked a dog-friendly cake made with peanut butter, pumpkin, and carrot. He decorated it with a yogurt frosting and a big number 1 on top. He also prepared goodie bags for the canine guests, filled with the treats and toys. As the guests arrived, the backyard buzzed with excitement. The dogs played together, running around and exploring the obstacle course. The humans chatted and laughed, enjoying the festive atmosphere. Buddy was the star of the show, happily greeting each guest and reveling in the attention. When it was time for the cake, Ethan gathered everyone around. He placed the cake on the ground and led everyone in singing the happy birthday Miss Buddy. Buddy's tail wagged furiously as he sniffed the cake, his eyes bright with excitement. Ethan helped him blow out a candle, and then they all watched as Buddy took his first taste of the cake. It was a hit, and soon the other dogs joined in, enjoying their own pieces. Ethan also organized a few fun games for the dogs and their owners. They had a best trick-in contest. You lay ring, da doggy den elf. Everyone participated with enthusiasm, and the air was filled with laughter and cheers. Buddy, with his playful and friendly nature, was at the center of it all, enjoying every moment. As the party came to a close, Ethan felt a sense of contentment. He looked at Buddy, who was now lying contentedly at his feet, tired but happy. Ethan realized how much Buddy had grown and changed since he first came into his life. He was no longer just a pet, and he was a beloved member of the family, a best friend who had brought so much joy and love into their lives. Ethan thanked the guests for coming and for helping to make Buddy's first birthday a memorable one. As they left, they complimented Ethan on the wonderful party and how well he had raised Buddy. Ethan felt a swell of pride, knowing that he had done his best for his furry friend. That night, as Ethan and Buddy curled up together, Ethan reflected on the past year. It had been a journey of growth, learning, and countless joyful moments. Buddy's first birthday was not just a celebration of a year in his life, but a celebration of the journey they had embarked on together, a journey that Ethan looked forward to continuing for many more years. Chapter 4: Challenges and Triumphs. A few weeks after Betty's birthday celebration, Ethan faced a new challenge when Betty fell ill. One evening, noticed that Betty was not his usual energetic self. He was lethargic, refused to eat, and seemed uncomfortable. Concerned, Ethan informed his parents, and they agreed that a visit to the vet was necessary. The next morning, Ethan, with Buddy in his arms, sat anxiously in the waiting room of the veterinary clinic. When it was their turn, the vet examined Buddy thoroughly. After some tests, she diagnosed Buddy with a mild case of gastroenteritis, likely caused by something he ate. Ethan was relieved that it wasn't something more serious, but was still worried. The vet prescribed medication and a special diet for Buddy to help him recover. She explained to Ethan the importance of following the treatment plan and keeping Buddy hydrated and comfortable. Back at home, Ethan took on the role of Buddy's caregiver once again. He carefully administered the medication and prepared the bland diet the vet had recommended. He made a comfortable resting area for Buddy in his room, where he could keep a close eye on him. The next few days were tough for Ethan. He balanced his schoolwork with taking care of Buddy. He missed playing with Buddy in the park and the usual lively interactions. Seeing Buddy so quiet and unwell was heartbreaking for Ethan, but he remained committed to his recovery. Ethan's patience and dedication paid off. Slowly, Buddy began to show signs of improvement. His appetite returned, and he started to regain his strength. Ethan felt a wave of relief and happiness, seeing Buddy getting back to his normal self. This experience was a sobering reminder for Ethan of the responsibilities that came with pet ownership. Taught him about the importance of vigilance regarding Buddy's health and diet. It also showed him the resilience of their bond, how they could weather challenges together. Buddy's illness was a difficult period, but it also brought Ethan and Buddy closer. Ethan's care and attention during this time showed Buddy that he could rely on Ethan for comfort and safety. For Ethan, it reinforced the depth of his affection and commitment to Buddy as Buddy recovered fully. Ethan felt a renewed sense of gratitude for his friend's presence in his life. He realized that every moment with Buddy was precious, and he was determined to make the best of their time together. Buddy's illness was a turning point for Ethan, marking a significant growth in his understanding of responsibility and care. During Buddy's recovery, Ethan learned to manage his time and priorities, ensuring that Buddy's needs were met while keeping up with his own responsibilities. Ethan established a routine for Buddy's care. He administered medication at the prescribed times, prepared special meals to ease Buddy back into eating regular food, and ensured Buddy had plenty of rest. He also kept a close eye on Buddy's behavior and health, watching for any signs of relapse. This experience taught Ethan the importance of being attentive and responsive to the needs of others, especially those who depended on him. He learned to be more patient, empathetic, and nurturing. These were valuable life skills that transcended his relationship with Buddy, impacting how he interacted with family and friends. I found his parents were a constant source of support, guiding him through this challenging time. They were proud to see their son taking his responsibilities seriously and managing them with maturity. This period strengthened the family bond as they all rallied around Buddy's recovery. Schoolwork and social activities also had to be balanced with Buddy's care. Ethan learned to manage his time more effectively, setting priorities and making sacrifices when necessary. He sometimes missed out on outings with friends or had to stay up late to finish homework, but he understood these were necessary compromises. Ethan also gained a deeper appreciation for health and well-being, both his own and Buddy's. He became more conscious of Buddy's diet and environment, taking steps to ensure they were conducive to good health. This included researching the best foods for Buddy, maintaining a clean and safe home environment, and ensuring regular exercise once Buddy was fully recovered. Buddy's illness and recovery period were a significant chapter in Ethan's journey as a pet owner. It was a time filled with challenges, but also immense growth and learning. Ethan emerged from this experience more mature, responsible, and aware of the joys and challenges of caring for another living being. For Buddy, Ethan's care and attention during this time deepened his trust and affection for Ethan. A bond between them grew stronger, rooted in care, understanding, and unconditional love. Together, they had faced a challenge and come out stronger on the other side. As Buddy gradually recovered from his illness, Ethan noticed a change in both himself and his furry companion. The recovery period was not just about regaining physical health, but also about rediscovering the joy and vitality that characterized their relationship. With each passing day, Buddy's strength and energy returned. He began to show interest in his toys again and engaged in light play. Ethan, mindful of Buddy's recent illness, kept the play sessions short and gentle. He was overjoyed to see Buddy's playful spirit reemerging. Ethan also resumed their training sessions, starting with simple commands to ease Buddy back into the routine. These sessions were therapeutic for both of them, providing a sense of normalcy and progress. Buddy responded well, quickly regaining his previous level of training, and even learning new tricks, which Ethan proudly showed off to his family and friends. Their walks, a cherished part of their daily routine, also resumed. Ethan chose quiet, less crowded paths to ensure Buddy wasn't overwhelmed. These walks were time for reflection and appreciation of the small moments they shared. Watching Buddy sniff around and explore with renewed curiosity brought immense happiness to Ethan. During this recovery period, Ethan became more attuned to Buddy's needs and moods. He learned to read subtle signs of discomfort or tiredness, suggesting their activities accordingly. This deepened understanding and enhanced their bond, making their connection even more profound. But Fannon's parents noticed the positive changes in both Ethan and Buddy. They saw how responsibly Ethan handled Buddy's recovery and how it had matured him. They also observed the renewed energy and happiness in Buddy, reflecting the care and love he received during his illness. The recovery period also brought a renewed appreciation for health and well-being. Ethan made sure Buddy's diet was nutritious and balanced, and kept up with regular vet checkups. He also paid more attention to his own health, understanding that taking care of himself was crucial to being able to care for Buddy. As Buddy fully recovered, Ethan felt a sense of accomplishment and gratitude. He had helped his best friend through a tough time, and in doing so, had strengthened their bond. Her recovery was a testament to their resilience and the power of care and compassion. For Ethan, this experience was more than just about caring for a sick pet. It was a journey of personal growth and learning. It reinforced the values of responsibility, empathy, and unconditional love, values that he would carry with him always. Buddy's recovery was a milestone in their journey together. a chapter that highlighted the challenges and triumphs of pet ownership. It was a reminder of the preciousness of life and the joy of companionship, reinforcing the special bond between Ethan and Buddy. Several months after Buddy's recovery, Ethan learned about a local dog show being organized in their community. It was a fun, casual event aimed at celebrating the bond between owners and their dogs. Encouraged by his parents and friends, Ethan decided to enter the show with Buddy. Ethan saw this as an opportunity to showcase the training and skills they had worked on together. He also thought it would be a fun experience for both of them, regardless of the outcome. In the weeks leading up to the show, Ethan and Buddy spent extra time practicing. They refined Buddy's obedience commands and worked on a few tricks that Ethan thought would impress the judges and audience. As the day of the dog show approached, Ethan felt a mix of excitement and nerves. He prepared a small routine for Buddy, incorporating tricks like low over, Dagged, and a unique one where Buddy would bend on his hind legs. They also worked on Buddy's socialization skills, ensuring he would be comfortable and well-behaved around other dogs and people. On the day of the dog show, Ethan and Buddy arrived at the community park where it was being held. There were various categories in the show, including obedience, agility, and a trick competition. Ethan had entered Buddy in the obedience and trick categories. The park was bustling with activity, filled with dogs of all breeds and their enthusiastic owners. Ethan felt a sense of community and camaraderie as he interacted with fellow participants, sharing stories and tips. When it was their turn for the obedience category, Ethan led Buddy through the basic commands in front of the judges. Buddy performed flawlessly, responding to commands with precision and eagerness. The audience applauded their performance, and Ethan felt a surge of pride. Next was the trick competition. Ethan and Buddy's routine was a hit, eliciting cheers and laughter from the audience. Buddy's dance on his hind legs was the highlight, showcasing not only his training, but the fun and loving relationship he shared with Ethan. Though they didn't win first place in either category, Ethan felt like they had achieved something far more significant. They had worked together, enjoyed the experience, and demonstrated the strength of their bond. For Ethan, the real triumph was in participating and enjoying the journey, not in the accolades or prizes. The dog show was a memorable experience for Ethan and Buddy. It was an opportunity to connect with others who shared their love for dogs and to celebrate the unique qualities of each pet. For Ethan, it was a reaffirmation of the special connection he shared with Buddy, a connection built on mutual respect, love, and joy. As they left the park, Ethan felt grateful for the experience. It had brought them closer and given them wonderful memories to cherish. The dog show was more than a competition. It was a celebration of the bond between humans and their canine companions, a bond that Ethan and Buddy epitomized in every way. The dog show, although not resulting in a first place trophy, brought Ethan and Buddy something more valuable than any prize. In the days following the event, Ethan reflected on what they had gained from the experience. It wasn't just about showcasing Buddy's training or their ability to perform in front of an audience. It was about the deeper understanding and connection they had developed. Ethan realized that the true victory was in the journey they had shared preparing for the dog show. The extra hours spent training, the patience and mutual understanding they had cultivated. and the joy of working together towards a common goal were the real rewards. These were the moments that truly define their relationship. The dog show also brought a new level of confidence in both Ethan and Buddy. Ethan saw how well Buddy adapted to new environments and how eagerly he participated in the activities. This boosted Ethan's confidence in Buddy's socialization and training. For Buddy, the positive experiences at the dog show reinforced his trust in Ethan and his comfort in social settings. Additionally, the feedback and encouragement they received from other participants and the judges were heartening. People complimented Buddy's demeanor and Ethan's handling skills, acknowledging the strong bond between them. This external recognition was affirming and motivating, pushing Ethan to continue exploring and nurturing his relationship with Buddy. The experience also expanded their social circle. Ethan made connections with other dog owners and trainers who shared similar interests and passions. These new friendships opened doors to more shared experiences and learning opportunities, enriching their lives further. In the weeks that followed, Ethan found himself more attuned to Buddy's needs and responses. He became more proactive in seeking out activities that would be enjoyable and beneficial for both of them. Whether it was a new training challenge, a hike in a different part of the countryside, or just a quiet evening spent together, every moment was cherished. Ethan's parents observed the positive changes in their son and his pet. They saw how the experience had matured Ethan, making him more responsible, empathetic, and self-assured. Buddy, too, seemed more content and well-adjusted, clearly thriving under Ethan's care. The lessons learned and the growth experienced were significant. Ethan realized that the true prize was the unbreakable bond he shared with Buddy. It was a bond that transcended competitions and accolades. The dog show was more than just an event. It was a milestone by Ethan and Buddy's journey together. It highlighted their achievements, the challenges they had overcome, and the unspoken promise of many more adventures to come. As the year drew to a close, the festive season brought a sense of joy and anticipation to Ethan's home. It was to be Buddy's first holiday, spent with the family, and Ethan was excited to share these special moments with him. The house was decorated with lights and ornaments, a warm and welcoming atmosphere permeating every room. Ethan involved Buddy in the holiday preparations, making sure he was part of the family activities. They picked out a special ornament together for the tree, a small poodle figurine, which Ethan hung with pride. He also helped Buddy print his paw print on some homemade holiday cards, adding a personal touch to the family's season's greetings. One of the highlights of the season was the evening, baking dog-friendly holiday treats. Ethan found recipes for biscuits made with peanut butter and pumpkin, and he and Buddy spent an enjoyable evening in the kitchen. Buddy was a curious and eager assistant, watching Ethan intently and waiting patiently for the chance to taste the treats. As Christmas approached, Ethan wrapped a few gifts for Buddy, including a new cozy bed and some toys. He placed them under the tree, and Buddy sniffed them with curiosity and excitement. Ethan couldn't wait to see Buddy's reaction on Christmas morning. On Christmas Day, the family gathered to open presents. Buddy's excitement was palpable as he tore into his gifts with Ethan's help. His joyful barks and wagging tail added to the festive cheer. It was heartwarming to see the happiness and love Buddy brought to the family's celebration. That evening, as they sat down for the holiday meal, Buddy had a special place at the table. Ethan had prepared a small plate of dog-friendly food for him, ensuring he was included in the family feast. Buddy sat quietly, enjoying his meal in the company of his family. The holiday season was also a time for reflection. Ethan thought about the year they had spent together, the challenges they had faced, and the growth they had experienced. It had been a year of learning, laughter, and love. Buddy had become an integral part of the family, bringing joy and companionship to their lives. As I watched the snow fall gently outside the window, Ethan felt a deep sense of gratitude for Buddy's presence in his life. He realized that the greatest gift of all was the bond they shared. It was a bond that had grown stronger with each passing day. The holiday season with Buddy was more than a series of festive activities. It was a celebration of a journey together. It marked the end of a significant year in their lives, and the promise of many more to come. For Ethan, it was a reminder of the joy and fulfillment that came from caring for and loving Buddy, his faithful companion and friend. Chapter 5. Growing Up Together. As the new year began, Ethan reflected on the journey he and Buddy had shared so far. It was a journey filled with ups and downs, joys and challenges, but above all, it was a journey of growth and learning. Ethan realized that the experiences he had with Buddy had taught him invaluable lessons he was eager to share with others. One of the most significant lessons was the importance of responsibility. Caring for Buddy had taught Ethan about commitment and the responsibility of looking after another life. He learned to prioritize Buddy's needs, from feeding and grooming to ensuring his health and well-being. This sense of responsibility extended beyond Buddy, influencing a friend's approach to his own life, his family, and his community. Patience was another key lesson. Training and caring for Buddy, especially during his illness, required patience and understanding. Ethan learned to be patient not only with Buddy, but also with himself, understanding that growth and change take time. Ethan also learned about unconditional love and companionship. Buddy's presence offered comfort and joy during both good times and bad. Ethan realized the power of a bond that was based on love, trust, and mutual respect. This understanding deepened his relationships with family and friends, making him more empathetic and compassionate. Additionally, advent experiences with Buddy taught him the value of resilience and adaptability. They had faced various challenges, from Buddy's illness to adapting to indoor activities during bad weather. These experiences taught Ethan to be resilient in the face of difficulties and to adapt to changing circumstances. Eager to share these lessons, Ethan started volunteering at a local animal shelter. He shared his experiences with other pet owners, offering advice and support. He also spoke at his school about responsible pet ownership, hoping to inspire his peers to understand the commitment involved in caring for a pet. Ethan's journey with Buddy also influenced his aspirations. He began to consider careers that involved working with animals, such as veterinary medicine or animal behavior. Buddy had opened a new world of possibilities for Ethan, guiding him towards a future that he could continue to make a difference in the lives of animals. The lessons learned and shared were an integral part of Ethan and Buddy's story. They were lessons that shaped Ethan's character and outlook on life, guiding him towards a path of responsibility and love. As Ethan looked forward to the future, he knew that whatever it held, the journey with Buddy would continue to be a source of learning and inspiration. As the summer came to an end and a new school year approached, Ethan faced the challenge of balancing his responsibilities towards Buddy with his academic commitments. Their lax summer schedule had given Ethan ample time with Buddy, but now he needed to establish a new routine that accommodated his schoolwork and ensured Buddy's needs were met. Ethan sat down with his parents to discuss a plan. They agreed that maintaining a consistent routine was important for both Ethan and Buddy. They decided that Ethan would wake up earlier in the morning to take Buddy for a walk. This would ensure Buddy got his exercise and Ethan had a fresh start to his day. After school, Ethan dedicated time to play and train with Buddy. This was not only a way to relax after a day at school, but also an opportunity to strengthen their bond and keep Buddy active and engaged. Ethan also set aside time in the evenings to focus on his homework, while Buddy rested by his side, a comfort and quiet presence. Weekends were reserved for longer activities like hikes or visits to the dog park. These were times for Ethan and Buddy to unwind and enjoy extended periods together. Friends also pitched in, helping with Buddy's care when Ethan's schoolwork was demanding, ensuring a balanced approach. This new routine taught Ethan important time management skills. He learned to prioritize tasks, balance his responsibilities, and make the most of his time. It was a delicate balance, but Ethan was committed to ensuring both his and Buddy's needs were met. But adapted well to the new routine. He seemed to understand Ethan's schedule, patiently waiting for their time together. This adaptability was a testament to the strong bond they shared, a bond based on mutual understanding and respect. Ethan also found that this structured routine helped him in his academic work. He was more focused and efficient, knowing he had responsibilities to fulfill. Buddy's presence was a motivating factor, a reminder of the importance of discipline and commitment. A new school routine was a significant step in Ethan and Buddy's journey. It reflected Ethan's growth in balancing different aspects of his life and his commitment to being a responsible pet owner. Her Buddy had reinforced the stability and love in his environment, essential for his well-being. As Ethan navigated his academic year, he did so with the knowledge that Buddy was a supportive and integral part of his life. The routine they established was more than just a schedule. It was a reflection of our intertwined lives, growing and evolving together. Midway through the school year at 10, Tess was assigned a project on the impact of pets in our lives. Ethan saw this as a perfect opportunity to share his experiences with Buddy. With his teacher's permission, he planned a surprise visit to the school with Buddy. The day of the presentation, Ethan was buzzing with excitement. He prepared a talk about the responsibilities and joys of pet ownership, emphasizing how Buddy had impacted his life. He included lessons on empathy, responsibility, and unconditional love that he had learned from his time with Buddy. As Ethan entered the classroom with Buddy, the reaction was instantaneous. The faces lit up with joy and surprise. Buddy, well-behaved and friendly, greeted the students with gentle tail wags and allowed them to pet him. Ejinung's teacher was impressed by how well-trained and calm Buddy was, making him the perfect guest. Ebrina's presentation was engaging and heartfelt. He spoke about their adventures, the challenges they overcame, and how Buddy had become an integral part of his family. He showed pictures and videos of their time together, including the training sessions and playtimes. The students were captivated by the story. They asked numerous questions about Buddy and pet care, showing a keen interest in the topic. Ethan answered each question with enthusiasm, happy to share his knowledge and experiences. But the highlight of the visit was when Ethan demonstrated some of Buddy's training. Buddy flawlessly followed Ethan's commands, showcasing their strong bond and the results of their consistent training. The students clapped and cheered, deeply impressed by Buddy's skills and their teamwork. This experience was not only enjoyable for the students, but also incredibly rewarding for Ethan. It reaffirmed his bond with Buddy and highlighted the positive influence pets can have in people's lives. Ethan felt proud to share the lessons and joys that came with being a pet owner. For Buddy, the visit was an adventure, and his behavior exemplified the benefits of good training and socialization. It was a testament to the hard work and dedication Ethan had put into raising him. The surprise visit to the school was a memorable day for Ethan, Buddy, and the students. It was an opportunity to educate others about responsible pet ownership and to showcase the special bond between humans and their pets. For Ethan, it reinforced his passion for animals and his desire to advocate for their well-being. The time Ethan spent with Buddy brought a deeper understanding and appreciation to the concept of friendship. It wasn't just the playful and joyful moments that defined their relationship, but also the support and comfort that provided each other during challenging times. Ethan began to see Buddy not just as a pet, but as a true friend. This realization expanded Etchin's perspective on friendship in general. He began to value the qualities of loyalty, patience, and unconditional support in his human friendships as well. Ethan found himself applying the lessons learned from his relationship with Buddy to his interactions with friends and family. He became more empathetic, understanding, and supportive. Ethan also recognized the importance of nonverbal communication in building strong relationships. Just as he had learned to understand Buddy's needs and emotions without words, he became more attentive to the unspoken cues of those around him. This heightened awareness improved his ability to connect with others on a deeper level. Through Buddy, Ethan also experienced the joy of companionship that transcends differences. Buddy's unwavering presence provided a sense of stability and comfort in Etchin's life, something he valued immensely. This companionship was a constant reminder of the simple joys in life, encouraging Ethan to cherish the moments he spent with family and friends. Etchin's friendships at school and in his neighborhood were also influenced by his experiences with Buddy. He became more outgoing and willing to share his experiences and knowledge about pet care. His friends were drawn to his genuine nature and his interesting stories about Buddy. Ethan found himself at the center of a community of friends who shared his love for animals and appreciated his insights. In addition, Etchin's relationship with Buddy helped him navigate the ups and downs of adolescence. Buddy was a source of comfort during times of stress or disappointment. Whether it was a tough day at school or a personal challenge, Buddy was there, offering silent support and a listening ear. This unconditional acceptance was a powerful source of strength for Ethan. The importance of friendship, as learned through his journey with Betty, became a guiding principle in Ethan's life. It taught him to be a better friend, to value the connections he had, and to always be there for others, just as Betty was there for him. This understanding of friendship was a gift that enriched Ethan's life in countless ways, shaping him into a compassionate and caring individual. As Ethan looked towards the future, he knew that the lessons learned from his friendship with Betty would continue to influence his relationships and his approach to life. The bond they shared was a testament to the enduring power of friendship and the positive impact it can have on one's life. As the chapter of Betty's first year with Ethan came to a close, Ethan took a moment to reflect on their journey together. It had been a year of significant growth, learning, and unforgettable experiences. Each step up the way, from the day Betty arrived as a birthday surprise to their everyday adventures, had shaped both their lives profoundly. Looking back, Ethan realized how much Betty had changed him. He had learned to be more responsible, patient, and empathetic. The challenges they faced, whether it was Betty's illness or adapting to a new routine, taught Ethan valuable life lessons. He learned about resilience, the importance of adaptation, and the strength that comes from facing challenges head-on. Ethan also reflected on the joy and happiness Betty brought into his life. From their playful moments in the park to the quiet companionship at home, Betty was a constant source of love and comfort. The bond they had built was unbreakable, founded on mutual trust and affection. Looking forward, Ethan was excited about what the future held. He envisioned more adventures with Betty, exploring new places and continuing their training and learning journey. Ethan also saw a future where he could channel his love for animals into a career inspired by his experiences with Betty. When his aspirations were now intertwined with the lessons he learned from Betty, he wanted to advocate for responsible pet ownership and animal welfare, sharing his knowledge and experiences with others. He also dreamed of volunteering and working with animals, making a positive impact in their lives. The future also held the promise of continued personal growth for Ethan. He was eager to apply the lessons learned from his journey with Betty to all aspects of his life, from building stronger relationships with family and friends to pursuing his academic and career goals. Ethan felt prepared and inspired. As Ethan and Betty sat together, looking out at the setting sun, there was a sense of contentment and anticipation. The past year had been a remarkable journey, and the future held the promise of more growth, adventure, and companionship. Ethan understood that the journey with Betty was about more than just raising a pet. It was a journey of self-discovery, of understanding the depths of friendship, and of learning to appreciate the simple joys of life. With Betty by his side, Ethan was ready to face whatever the future held, knowing that their bond would continue to be a source of strength and joy.